Hello! It's Talkin Music with Dylan and Lyssie. Say hi, Lyssie.
Hi, Lyssie.
As I slam my brisk iced tea down, I'm drinking a lemon brisk iced tea.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
Wish it was.
Imagine if we were sponsored by Brisk.
I'd get free raspberry brisk for the rest of my life, and I would be thrilled.
I'm on an iced tea kick right now. I don't know why. I do like twisted tea. I do fancy myself in the twisted tea. But it's actually kind of funny because I didn't buy twisted tea as like my alcoholic beverage for like the next like week. I bought Miller Lite.
Weird.
Well, it's because we went to B-Dubs that one night and I got Miller Lite.
Oh my god, she's gonna fall in that box.
She's
back in the box!
The cat is...
Dude!
The cat's going crazy in this podcast.
This
podcast is already falling apart. Anyway,
come here.
We are talking about Acid Bath wetting the Kite String Pops today. This was my pick. Excuse me. So Acid Bath. It's a band that probably you may have heard, maybe not have heard. Very underground band. You may have heard their name pop up in recent months because, yes, they are reuniting, which is crazy. They're doing something that we thought would never happen. But Lyssie, what was your introduction to Acid Bath?
Honestly, I don't really recall. I know it was like around the time like when we were dating. Like, because I haven't heard about them from before you and I were dating. Maybe if anything, I heard about them from someone who used to be our friend. The person that I used to work with at the shoe store. Yeah. Okay. I might have heard about them from them.
Okay.
But I didn't necessarily listen to them. Like I don't think I started listening to them until we started dating. So the name might have been familiar, but at this point I'm not really too sure. Yeah, I really don't actually remember like specifically how or when. It was probably just something where we were driving somewhere and you put them on. I was like, oh, this band's pretty good. And then it just kind of like, you know, from there was like, oh yeah, I can get down with them.
Probably.
You know what I mean? So nothing like really overly crazy. Just I heard about them, I listened to them, and I was like, all right, they're pretty good. And now I vibe with them.
Okay. So
she's looking at you.
My introduction to Acid Bath is actually kind of a funny one that I don't think I probably told maybe like once to like you. So we'll get into it in a minute. When the Kite String Pops album cover, it's a clown on the cover.
Well, it's a very specific
but that didn't matter at this point in time. I didn't know who John Wayne Gacy was at this time.
How old were you?
14.
You didn't know about John Wayne Gacy?
No, I didn't know like the extent of things.
Wow, we were on two very different playing fields at the age of 14.
I didn't know the extent of what he did. I knew that he was a bad person. That's pretty much the extent I knew. And I knew like I also knew who John Wayne Gacy was too because of Madonna Wayne Gacy and Marilyn Manson.
Okay.
So I knew what the name like it recognized, like it was in my head. But when the Kite String Pops album cover as a clown, and I found the CD at a like flea market type thing. Yeah, I guess you can say a flea market. It's the one at the drive-ins.
Oh yeah, it's a flea market.
Yeah, so that would be a flea market. Yeah. Saw the name Acid Bath with this album cover, and this is when I was like heavily getting into whooping. And
so you thought this was like a juggalo band?
I thought this was some juggalo band, like ICP or Twisted. So I buy it, and next thing you know, the blue starts, and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Like, whoop whoop.
I was like, what the fuck is this? And then I discovered, like, I discovered what sludge metal was around that same time. Discovered who Crowbar was and Down. Mm-hmm. And it kind of connected the dots then. I was like, okay. So This is what this is. Okay.
That's so fucking crazy to me that you saw a picture of John Wayne Gacy and you really went, that's a juggalo.
Seriously.
That's fucking insane. Oh my god, I have to tell my coworkers about this. I have to text my coworker about this as soon as this fucking podcast ends and just be like, you will never guess what Dylan just confessed to me. Because I don't ever remember you telling me this.
I definitely made jokes in the car to, like, another person that we were, like, the same person we were friends with. And also another person that I know who knows who Acid Bath is. Swedish Meatball, we'll just say.
Oh, sure.
Because I know he did. And I know the asshole that came along with him also knew because I told him this.
Yeah.
But I swore I've made, like, a comment putting on Acid Bath around you with, like, a Swedish Meatball and maybe old friend of ours.
Maybe,
by
but
just making the joke of, like, this is my favorite Juggalo band.
It's been so long since we've been around either of those people.
That is true.
That, like, my memory really only dates back to, like, last week.
And I swear I've definitely told it to Cody, too. Like, story. Because I remember him thinking it was the funniest shit ever.
Oh, probably. Honestly, that was probably some situation when you guys were, like, working together or something. I don't remember this. I feel like I would have made fun of you so much.
Yeah,
I feel like I really would be going around on my day-to-day life at least saying once a day, yeah, man, John Wayne Gacy is my favorite Juggalo. At least once. And now I'm probably going to. But, like, I don't know. It might have been something you told me and, like, I was listening and I was just like, oh, yeah, man. But, like, maybe I was driving and I was, like, half listening and half not. No offense.
So John Wayne Gacy's my favorite Juggalo.
Yeah, oh my god.
I literally thought this was, like, some fucking other twisted ICP, whatever the fuck project. It was expecting, like, horrorcore, and you get horror a little bit, but I was like,
get stuff.
I was like, this is different.
You know, this is so off topic, but so many of her paws are, like, half pink and, like, half brown. Like, here's, like, these two are...
Lissy's just, like, inspecting our kitty cat over here. She's
just got, like... She has one paw that has one solid pink, like, bean, like, little toe bean, and then two brown ones, and then one that's, like, half brown, half pink, and it's just so cute.
Okay, so...
Yeah, continue. I'm sorry. I just love her.
Do you know, like, anything of Acid Bath? Like, besides, like, the songs, do you know, like...
I have no idea about anything with this band.
Like, do you know that Dax Riggs is the lead singer?
Yeah, I've heard you talk about him.
But, like, you don't know why they broke up and shit like that?
No, I don't think so. Here, I'm gonna take a wild guess.
I'm not trying to, like, make fun of you or anything. I'm genuinely asking.
A wild guess at this just because, like, I feel like maybe we had this conversation, but maybe it was about a different band. There's a member that was in the band that passed away, and I feel there's a
lot of fucking bands.
Oh.
There's a lot of fucking bands where the member passes away.
Yes, but I feel like we were talking about this, and I feel like maybe you were like, a member passed away, and they just decided we're no longer doing the band. Or no.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Okay.
I'm trying to see what band you're thinking of here. If you are thinking about it, do you recall how they passed away? I'm trying to think.
I mean, look,
I
like,
know.
It's very... I don't remember. Maybe a drug overdose, but I feel like...
You're sticking with drug overdose?
Yeah, I feel like that might be incorrect.
It is incorrect, yes.
Okay.
But it's okay. I generally wanted to see it because I wanted to see if you were going to go a route of, like, Pantera. The member got shot on stage.
No,
I thought you were
would
going
be a very
that route.
Specific thing.
And I was like, no, you're thinking of Pantera or Damage Plan.
This is so, like, vague in my brain where I feel like... Because I feel like we were talking about Acid Bath reuniting this year.
Yes.
And you saying, like, it's crazy that they reunited.
Because they never said
Because they said they never would. And I thought you mentioned it was because somebody passed away in the band and they were just like, we're done.
Well, yes. The member died in a traffic collision. Whole family, except his brother. Like, the whole family died.
Yeah, I do not remember that being specific. So I don't know if this was... I don't know if it was literally just you saying, like, since so-and-so passed away, I didn't think they would ever get back together and not, like, clarifying on any of it. But I didn't know the specifics.
The guy that died, Audie, was pretty much the glue that held the band together.
Okay.
Like, they were pretty much, like, they were that band. Dax Riggs put it best in, like, an interview of, like, that was like, the high school band. And everything. And, like, that was, like, a time in everyone's life type of thing. But Acid Bath is an American sludge metal band from Houma, Louisiana. I think that's how you say it. Houma, Louisiana. That was active from 1991 to 1997. Regarded as one of the first and most influential sludge metal bands. They combined a doom metal foundation with elements of hardcore punk, death metal, gothic rock, blues, grunge, and southern rock to create their own unique sound. I had nachos beforehand. The band broke up following the death of bassist Adi Peart in January 97, traffic collision, but announced the reunion in October of 2024. Yes. So Acid Bath is doing a reunion. What do you think about Acid Bath doing a reunion?
So I'm not entirely wrong. Which, okay, cool. I'm glad I'm like kind of at least on the same page.
Yeah, you're on the same page.
I don't really know, cause like it's been so long.
It's gonna be weird, but it's gonna be interesting.
I'm just kind of like, have they said why they reunited? Is it like a one last
thing? It was one of those members, Dax Riggs and Sammy Duet, like the two other like main focal members of this band, pretty much like sat down. It's not like they hated each other or anything.
Yeah, it was probably just kind of like this band's not gonna be the same.
They kind of just went their own separate ways, and like they still like Dax was doing his solo stuff. Sammy was doing like fucking Goat Whore. He's in the band Goat Whore. But it was one of those like, hey, we're getting older and that day's gonna come.
Yeah.
We should do this before like we can't.
Yeah.
So, and they were originally gonna do Sick New World Fest. That got completely canceled. But they're still doing like other festival dates, and now they're like announcing like one-off shows here and there. And I keep telling Lyssie like they're getting closer and closer.
Which is cool. Like, it's really cool. I have a friend that lives over in California, and I don't know if I saw that they were reuniting from you first or from her, because I remember seeing her post about it, and because I think they're doing a date somewhere in California.
Yeah, they're doing dates everywhere.
I
don't. They're getting close.
I don't want to give away like her location or anything. I mean, I know that California is a huge fucking state. I don't think she's really in SoCal though. I think she might be like mid to northern Cali if I have the geographic right. But anyway, and I know she posted about it, and she was like, I can't fucking believe, well, I can believe how fast these tickets sold out, and I'm fucking pissed because I can't go see them now.
Every date that they have announced has sold out, where they have added a second date to every show. Like, they're playing like 2 nights in New Orleans, 2 nights in Brooklyn.
Yeah. Like, I think the 2 nights, I think both nights in the Cali date that she was looking to go to sold out, and she was fucking pissed.
People want, and the thing is, Acid Bath got so big. Like, why is Acid Bath like this big fucking thing? You ever ask yourself that? Like, why is Acid Bath like this big thing with certain people? It's a band no one's ever really heard of. It's a big underground band. And for the longest time, the only way you were able to really like listen to them was CD or vinyl, but you had to find the CD and the vinyl. I got lucky. I don't have the copy I found. I have a newer copy of When the Kite String Pops, but like the copy that I found at that fucking flea market, I had for a few years, but like it was already beaten up and shit.
Yeah.
Like it definitely got this in fucking, what year did this album come out? 1994 or some shit like that. Yeah, 1994. Definitely was made in 1994, and then found it when I was 14.
So back in 2014 then.
Yeah.
Give or take. 2014, 2015, depending on the time.
Because the record label that they were on, Rotten Records, like, if you search up Acid Bath on YouTube.
That's crazy to think about. You found that album 20 years later.
Yeah.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah. So, you search up Acid Bath on YouTube. There's one music video from, like, official music video. There's a couple of, like, documentaries. There is an Acid Bath official YouTube, but it only has 3 videos. You cannot find anything, really, of Acid Bath unless it's fucking bootleg on YouTube, because Rotten Records will take it down immediately. That's why for the longest time, they weren't on streaming.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand artists things on streaming and whatnot, but that's why it was a big thing when they got put back up on Spotify with like me and everyone.
I remember that.
Like that was like a big thing for us because they finally we were like, holy fuck. And around that time is when they started getting bigger. Well, a little bit before that actually. That's when people were pushing for it and everything. Mm-hmm. And then that's when I can't believe I made the joke when we went to go see the Misfits. I was like, I hope I find when the Kite String Pops at Vinyl Altar today. I'm giving Vinyl Altar a shout out because I missed them.
Yeah.
And what's the first fucking album that was there as soon as we opened the door?
Well, no, because it was so fucking funny because we went to that other record thing the same day, I'm pretty sure.
No. That was Cannibal Corpse.
Oh, that's right. That was Cannibal Corpse.
That was Cannibal Corpse. That was Suicide.
That was right, because I was like, didn't you find the Suicide album also?
I found the CD at our local flea market
and then you found it at
and then I found the vinyl
at Vinyl Altar.
Yeah. No, this was the Misfits show with our other friend that we don't talk to, and I literally said to them, man, I've been hearing like rumors that like when the Kite String Pops is like hitting stores.
Yeah.
Like it's hitting record stores. It's nowhere around here because we fucking suck.
Yeah.
But I was like, it would be cool if we go, because they never been to Vinyl Altar. So like I was explaining Vinyl Altar to them. I was like,
yeah. Vinyl Altar was fucking awesome, dude. I didn't watch the videos to why they closed yet. They closed back in like October.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I have to watch it to really see, but it just sucks that they're fucking gone, because like if you were big into like metal or any like alternative genres, dark wave like that, they had everything.
This was like the only place where you can go, and I'm just gonna try to be like as generic as possible so people understand. This is like the only place that you can go and where you can buy a Mayhem album and a She Passed Away album.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, because I've gotten She Passed Away stuff from there before, and like I'll put it this way: if you're a Mayhem fan or know anything about Mayhem to begin with, this is the only place that you could maybe possibly actually come across an original bootleg copy of Dawn
of the
Black Hearts.
Yeah.
If there was, at least in our state or in our area of Pennsylvania, because this was down in Philly. We're close enough to Philly, but far enough away from Philly, to put it that way. So within like, I'll say a 3-hour radius of where we live, this was probably the only place you would even maybe possibly be able to find it. This place had a signing for Watain when they had a concert down in Philly. And they had like custom flags and stuff. I have one. You might be able to find it, but like on the internet or something somewhere. But no, this place was like legitimately really fucking cool. So it just sucks at that point.
But I remember being like, it would be cool if we go to Vinyl Altar and when the Kite String Pops is there, and we get there, we open the fucking door, and it's right there. Mm-hmm. And we were like, sweet. So yeah, we have that. But so Acid Bath, they were formed in 1991. The band is based south of New Orleans in several small towns. I'm not going to pronounce all of these because I'm not from Louisiana, so I will not be able to do it justice. All of the band members were in different bands, and they just pretty much came together and formed Acid Bath. Influenced by thrash metal, as well as bands such as artists of Black Sabbath, Alice Cooper, Celtic Frost, Carcass, and Darkthrone. And the funny thing is, I hear all of that. Mm-hmm. After 2 studio albums, Acid Bath's career came to an abrupt end on January 23rd, 1997, when bass player Audie Peart and his parents were killed by a drunk driver who had run a stop sign. Kelly Peart, Audie's brother, was the only one of the 4 family members to survive the incident, escaping with only a broken rib and a mild neck fracture. All right, so now we're going to get into like nitty-gritty Acid Bath lore, because I don't know if you've ever heard of this, but I remember this being like a thing, so we're going to be getting into all this. While rumors of another album circulated after the band's end, nothing new surfaced. Sammy Duet owns a tape of him and Mike Sanchez coming up with riffs for a possible third Acid Bath album. He mentioned this tape on his interview with Does It Doom. The tape was labeled Rat Poison because neither of them couldn't come up with an album name. One of the members saw some rat poison in a box at the rehearsal space and said, just call it fucking Rat Poison. It was also rumored that some of the riffs were used for the first Goat Whore album. However, this was proven to be false. I still believe that some of them are. want to get to like the cool thing. Yeah, here it is. In 2014, rumors started that Acid Bath were reuniting with a new vocalist because Jimmy Kyle reached out to vocalist of Slipknot, Corey Taylor, with a very vague message stating, Acid Bath is in search of a vocalist. Please send MP3 demo videos or any music links performing Acid Bath songs. However, these rumors were dismissed by other band members stating that there is no Acid Bath without Audie, so there will never be a new Acid Bath material, and that currently most of the surviving members of Acid Bath, Jimmy, Mike, and myself, have been considering the possibility of doing some shows in the future as an Acid Bath tribute band, but nothing has been set in stone, and it's still just an idea. But obviously, on October 15, 2024, a one-off reunion show was announced at Sick New World Festival in Las Vegas. That canceled, but now the band, like I said, now the band is just announcing like other dates that they're doing. So we don't know. So this isn't like, and I've watched an interview with Sammy. I found a recent interview he did like a few months ago, and like an interview of Dax talking about it as well. They're not. It's still like not open of like. This is obviously on kind of the same level as like the Misfits with dancing, where they're gonna be doing probably like these big metal festivals, and then they're gonna be doing sporadic shows here and there that fucking sell out because people want to see it. They're not gonna. They already said they're not recording new music because it's not Acid Bath. Understandable.
Yeah.
There'll never be new Acid Bath thing. I don't think it needs to be.
No, I think it's fine for what it was.
But what do you think of the 2014 rumors of Corey Taylor being the lead singer of Acid Bath? I low-key want to hear it.
That makes me think of Peter Steele possibly being the vocalist for the Misfits.
Yeah. I love lore like that.
Yeah, like, that's fucking wild. I feel like, and I don't know, maybe I'm incorrect in this assessment, but I feel like Corey Taylor wouldn't do it. But Corey Taylor loves money. So I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just interested of him, like, singing a song like Jezebel.
I think it would sound terrible.
No, it wouldn't, if you think about it. If you really think about it, if you listen to how Dak's vocals are, and you listen to, like, the first couple of Slipknot albums, he can do it.
Yeah, I don't know.
He can do it, that raw fucking screaming. He can do it. Because, fun fact, I don't know if you ever seen this picture ever floating around. I'm looking up this picture. I want you to think of some bands that might be influenced by Acid Bath, but think of bands that you would not like think that would be influenced by Acid Bath. Like, don't go like the typical route of fucking like, oh, obviously fucking Pantera or something like that.
I don't even know if I'd really sit there and think obviously fucking Pantera. Dude, I have no idea. Because, like, I mean, don't get me wrong.
I want you to think of, like, 90s popular band. What was popular?
The Cure. No, that was not the 90s.
Popular music, popular heavy music in the 90s. That isn't heavy metal, but it was a subgenre of heavy metal that people hate. Nu metal.
Sure.
Think of a nu metal band that is influenced by Acid Bath.
You can show me a fucking picture of Acid Bath with Fred Durst.
No. Shockingly, no. It's even more wilder.
Oh, God. Nu metal's tough. Korn?
Yep.
Okay.
There is a picture floating around of Jonathan Davis wearing an Acid Bath hoodie.
That makes sense.
That
makes
fucking
so
crazy.
much fucking sense, though. Like, I don't know, The Cure? Nope, that's not the 90s.
Robert
That's
Smith
not the 90s.
fucking influenced by Acid. Imagine Robert Smith singing
I could see
fucking
it.
Casey.
I could literally fucking see it, of like, The Cure making a fucking album and being like, yeah, you know, this band called Acid Bath. You know what I mean? I could see it.
What do you think?
I could see Morrissey.
Yeah, what's like Morrissey's reaction to Acid Bath?
Morrissey probably thinks it's hot fucking garbage. He probably fucking does. He probably thinks he's too fucking good. He snubs his nose at it, and then he eats his fucking tofu burger. That's what fucking Morrissey thinks of Acid Bath. But then he probably listens to it as a guilty pleasure. But he's like,
what do you think Morrissey's favorite Acid Bath song is?
The one that's not on.
Anyway. I asked you this earlier because I wanted to talk about this. So Acid Bath is sludge metal. What's the difference between sludge metal and doom metal?
So I was trying to explain this, and I still don't know a good way of explaining it. When I think of doom metal, I think of doomy. Like, I think of very long, drawn out notes, lower tuning, heavy bass. Like, I'm thinking like, dun, 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 dun.
Then what's sludge metal?
Sludge metal, in my opinion, to my thought, and I could be so fucking wrong, but sludge metal is like doom metal, but grimier, dirtier, and a little faster. Like, sludge metal to me is doom metal with implications of like, I'll throw the word out there. Sludge metal is doom metal, but the hardcore version of doom metal.
I get where you're picking up.
Like,
Sludge
I don't know
metal,
how to explain it.
Sludge metal, in my opinion, you're not wrong there, because we'll read it in a second. Doom metal is just slow, heavy shit.
Melodic, very monotone.
I'm just simplifying it here.
Yeah.
Doom metal is slow, heavy shit. Sludge metal is slow, heavy shit with a twang.
Yeah.
It can be a country song if you really try.
Well,
it can be so. Sludge metal is an extreme subgenre of heavy metal music that combines elements of doom metal and hardcore punk. The genre generally includes slow tempos, tuned down guitars, and nihilistic lyrics discussing poverty, drug addiction, and pollution. So now, I got to go. Where is doom metal? I just saw it. Doom metal. Doom metal is an extreme subgenre of heavy metal music that typically uses slower tempos, low-tuned guitars, and much thicker and heavier sound than any other heavy metal genres.
That's the word. Thicker is a really good way of putting it. Because, like, I feel like...
Makes sense.
I feel like if I'm listening to doom metal, like, it feels dense. You know what I mean? It feels... If I were to pick up... If I could put sound into a box and hold it, it would be at least, like, 150 pounds. Okay. Where heavy metal might be, like, 100.
Because, like, I'm just going to type in sludge metal. Alright. We're not going to play Acid Bath right now. We're going to play some Crowbar.
We're going to get copyrighted.
So that's sludge. And then doom metal.
Where the fuck is Catatonia on there?
That's Sleep. I mean, I could see why Catatonia is on there, though.
July?
Not July, though.
Come on.
Not July.
What are you doing, Spotify?
I don't fucking know. Spotify's dumb. Anyway, let's get into Acid Bath when the Kite String Pops. So this is their first album. Fun fact, this isn't my favorite Acid Bath album. It's actually the second.
The other one?
The other one is my favorite one. But if I'm doing Acid Bath, we're starting here. And then we'll eventually do the second one after this. Or eventually. But, When the Kite String Pops. It was released on August 8th, 1994. Lyssie said the album was long. We'll get into that. And yeah, the time length is 69 minutes, 2 seconds.
Nice.
Nice, right? When the Kite String Pops is the debut studio album by American sludge metal band Acid Bath. It is considered an underground classic and an early example of sludge metal. The album's artwork is a self-portrait made by notorious serial killer John Wayne Gacy while in prison awaiting execution. Let's get into the album art.
I just gotta say this really fucking quick before we talk about the album art. What the fuck?
My favorite Juggalo.
Why the fuck are serial killers allowed to, like, be talented? Like, the amount of... And this is such a side comment, but, like, the amount of serial killers that do artwork and the artwork is actually solid fucking art needs to be fucking studied and pisses me the fuck off. Because, like, if you weren't a serial killer, that's a cool fucking piece of art. I'd probably have that hanging up in my house. But you literally did a self-portrait of yourself going to abduct and murder fucking children.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck, dude? Literally, what the fuck? I don't know. There's just been so many, like, it's like a common trait. It's like a common trait in serial killers that when you're in prison, you just do art and you're just magically good at it. It's fucking stupid.
The album cover is a painting of John Wayne Gacy named Pogo the Clown, in which he depicts himself as his clown alter ego, Pogo the Clown. The balloons on the lower part contain both his nickname and his real name, J.W. Gacy. The back of the album also features another Gacy painting known as Skull Clown, which is a depiction of Skull wearing a clown hat. The use of the artwork by a convicted serial killer caused controversy with Rotten Records president Ron Peterson, defending the decision by saying, "It's America. You should be able to do what you want." Acid Bath's follow-up album, Pagan Terrorism Tactics, continued the
provocative streak.
Okay, that's how you spell it. Provocative streak by using artwork created by
euthanasia proponent. I don't know those words.
Yeah.
Another guy named Jack.
I also heard in interviews that they didn't want this to be the album cover, but they couldn't fucking think of an album cover, and it just happened, and here we are. And I'm actually just still surprised that, because you know how like Spotify will change shit. Mm-hmm. I'm surprised Spotify hasn't.
Yeah.
And I'm like surprised, like, because like it's not the vinyl I have is not an original pressing.
No.
But I'm surprised like I can buy this album with John Wayne Gacy on it. Mm-hmm. I guess I have the shirt. I don't give a fuck.
Well, I mean, honestly, I'm just gonna say this much, and this might sound a little bit fucked up. The dude's fucking dead. He's not getting fucking royalties from this shit.
Yeah.
And even if he was, fuck him. Like, if
I have a
still
back
alive,
patch.
If this motherfucker was still alive, fuck him. Don't give him the fucking royalties. Just use the fucking artwork and take all the money for yourself, because fuck him.
It's just very funny. It is an iconic album cover.
It is.
Like, you see it, you're like, whoa, that's a Juggalo.
The thing is, though, it gets people talking. You know what I mean? It gets people talking about your band. And especially as like a first studio release album, and this being the album artwork, yeah, it's controversial. People were fucking talking about it. They were talking about your band, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. You know, that leads to, you know, what your personal belief is on that. But at the end of the day, it got it out there enough.
Man, what a crazy.
I mean, the album artwork isn't out. Like, this band is not for Karen down the fucking street.
Oh no,
you know what I mean?
And we're gonna get into that. There's certain songs where I wrote in my notes of I should not read these lyrics because we might get canceled.
Yeah.
Because oh boy. So when the Kite String Pops, let's get into this track listing.
There's 14 tracks and it's so long.
That is like the one thing. It is long. These songs are long. You kind of have to be in the mood for it.
I just need to see something really quick. Let me see that really fucking quick.
You have to be in the mood for it.
Okay, so my brain processed this so fucking differently, and I mean we're getting into it now, so we can just start and talk about it.
Okay, so track 1, The Blue.
So I'm gonna be so for real with you. I really thought that the second song, which we'll talk about in a minute, was longer than it was. And I think these first 2 tracks, I don't know if they intend to blend together. Like if one fades out into the next one, or if it just kind of is like almost like a continuation. I can't recall. But when I was driving home from work today, these 2 blended together in my brain. And I really sat there and I looked and I thought it was the second song, and I was really about to say, like, how fucking long is this song? Oh my god. So yeah, just play the end of The Blue. All the way to the end. They do.
It blends right in.
They do blend right in. Okay.
Blends right in.
So I thought that this was all, like... And I've listened to this album so many fucking times, and I don't know if it's just because listening to it today, like I was saying to Dylan earlier, listening to this album today was very exhausting for me, and I don't know why.
I had that the one day listening to this album. It does happen with even with typo negative albums. It happens to me where I'm like, oh, Holy shit, front and the back, God.
I'm gonna say I like the guitar screech starting for the Blue. I like entering the album with that, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I was not a fan of this as an opening track. And again, maybe it's because, like, here's the thing.
I am because of my story of, so just imagine 14-year-old Dylan. Yay, I'm gonna play the Juggalo song. Ready?
It goes for a minute, not a whole minute.
This isn't Juggalo.
Like, I don't inherently think that this is a bad song at all.
Oh, it's
like,
not.
If this song comes on my playlist, I'm here for it. I'm vibing, whatever. But with this being the first studio album, I do get that putting this out there as a branch from doom metal and basically being the pioneer of sludge metal, it's like, this gets the doom metal fans in, right? This and Tranquilized pulls the doom metal fans in, and then we kind of start getting into, like, the little bit more creativeness that Acid Bath has in their music. But for me, when I'm starting out with the album and I'm not, like, doom metal is one of those genres that I really got to be in the mood to listen to. Like, I really got to be in the mood to just straight vibe with it. So starting this album, I'm like, okay, I get this. I'm here for it. Let's go. And this song continues for 6 minutes and 13 seconds and then goes into another song that has the almost identical same vibe to it. So for the first 10 minutes and 30 seconds.
No, it's not identical.
It's not identical, but
Tranquilize picks it up.
A little bit. But for the first 10 minutes, it's just, to me, it's a very exhausting start.
I think you're thinking that they sound similar because Cheap Vodka is completely different.
I don't even know if it's necessary. It might kind of be that, but, and again, maybe it was just me driving and trying to get home or go to work or whatever the fuck. But, like, I'm just sitting here and I'm like, oh my God, this just keeps going and going and going. And again, maybe it's just a bad fucking day for me to be listening to it.
And the funny thing is, this album is like, when you say Acid Bath, this is the album where it's like, you need to check out this one. Like, if you go on Spotify, there's Spotify. Literally, their top 5 songs, their first 5 songs are off this album until
their top 8 songs.
Yeah. Out of their top 10, 8 of the songs are from this album.
Yeah.
The other 2 are literally the most popular songs off of the second album that everyone knows. Bleed Me an Ocean and Pagan Love Song.
Yeah. What is their top stream song?
Scream of the Butterfly, which makes sense. Cheap Vodka is a surprise
actually,
one.
Cheap Vodka has more streams.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
Why is it number 2? That's weird.
That's crazy. Yeah, what? That's crazy that Cheap Vodka is like their most played. That's insane.
But I don't think The Blue's a bad song. I'll talk about Tranquilized in a minute. I don't think Tranquilized is a bad song either. And I do think that at the end of the day, this draws in the fans that they're looking to draw in. And it gets them hooked for the first 2 songs. And like, okay, and then you kind of get a little bit more into, again, more of what I feel like their iconic kind of sound is. At least to me, I feel that. Like, when I think of Acid Bath, I'm not always thinking of their very slow doomy stuff. I am thinking of the harsh vocals, and I'm thinking of doom mixed with a little bit of a pickup. That's kind of what that's what I get when I think of them. So, not bad songs by themselves. Again, in a playlist, it's fine. But when I'm listening to this to start, I honestly think if I don't not like doom metal, but I think if these are the first 2 songs my first time listening to this album, because I don't even remember I don't even think I listened to this album when I probably listened to Jezebel first, if anything, by myself. I'm kind of leaning more of like, all right, I'm over this. I'm going to something else because I can't do this right now, type of thing. But I also feel like if I was stoned out of my fucking mind, I'd just sit here on the couch and just
it's a trip.
I think I'd just stare at the fucking ceiling and just listen to this.
It's a trip.
So I think it depends on the mindset that I'm in.
It's a fucking trip.
Today was not the good mindset for me, but overall, I don't not like the song.
It's a trip. The Blue, it's good. It is a little long, especially for the opener. That's like my only complaint, but it's good. Like, they probably open with this when you go see them live. I guarantee you they probably open with this. What? You know what? I'm interested. Acid Bath setlist. From April 25th, 1997, their last ever show. It is loading. They open with The Blue. Set list incomplete, final show before 2025. Let's find a complete set list. December 16th?
No, not always.
So, December 16th, 1996. Oh, wow, The Blue is... It seems like Casey Eats Cockroaches, though, is like their last song they always perform. Maybe not. Dr. Seuss is dead. Pagan Love Song opened that one. Ah, okay.
Okay, yeah, it's still going. I just wanted to make sure.
Anyway, Tranquilize, track 2.
Again, I kind of was already touching on it a little bit. Yeah, this song does pick up a little bit more, but I feel like it blends in a lot more with The Blue. And again, like, by the time, like, I didn't even realize that this song was only 4 minutes long. Like, I say only 4 minutes long, which is fucking crazy. I didn't realize that the song was only 4 minutes long. This song felt like it went on for a fucking eternity.
This song's a ripper. It rips.
I don't know, man.
I like it.
I don't dislike it at all. I just feel like these back-to-back was very exhausting for me.
I just like the...
Yeah, oh yeah, no, I
love
do
that.
like...
That riff is fucking hard.
That is a good riff.
It's a hard riff. That's all you gotta say about Tranquilize?
I mean, again, I kind of touched on it already, but again, just separately, I feel like fine, but I feel like listening to them back to back was a lot. Again, maybe at least for me today.
Okay.
But again, neither of them are bad fucking songs. It makes it sound like I fucking hate these fucking songs, but they're not bad. I was just very
Okay, so track 3, the shortest song off the album, Cheap Vodka. It's a ripper.
This is what I think more so.
It rips.
When I am thinking of Acid Bath. Like, and this is what I mean by, like, after the first 2 songs, it's like, okay, doom metal fans, you're here. We want you here because we're trying to show you something new that you will enjoy. And let's give you, like, a little fun. Let's give you a little fun with it. Let's speed this up a little bit and see how you like this. Because then after this song, it kind of falls back into that same vibe. Not like too much, but it kind of slows down a little bit again. So this kind of gives you like a blast of like, whoa, okay, all right, these guys are cooking something up, and it's like, all right, well, don't forget, we came from doom metal, like, yeah, don't forget. I love this song. I fucking love this song.
Cheap Vodka is a good one. It's a ripper. Moving on to Finger Painting of the Insane, and if I read the lyrics, we might get kicked off of YouTube.
I love...
You ever read lyrics for this one?
No, but I love the vocal style of this song.
It's a good one. It is a good one, but man, the lyrics...
We're getting there. Dylan's looking it up. Oh, God. Sorry,
don't read it out loud. Just read some of the lyrics, and you'll be like, "Wow." It gets wild. It's not like the most wildest lyrics, because there's more wild ones on this album, but there's some wild ones here.
That fact that it's highlighted.
Oh yeah,
is hilarious. Yeah, no, I love the vocal style.
No,
of
it's
this
a good
song.
one. It's a good one.
Oh my god,
it's a good deep cut that like no one really like talks about, in my opinion.
Well, if we're gonna be looking at those lyrics, people probably aren't gonna be talking about it. But
well, yeah, it's a good one.
No, it really is a good one. Again, that's like the one thing that I was really just like when this song comes on, I'm constantly like, yeah, I have to sit and listen to this because it's the vibe, the fucking vibe of it.
Yeah, no, it's a fucking good one. Let's move on to Jezebel, and I have written down, has the hardest fucking opening lyric, like line ever, and that is, if I took this cigarette and put it out on you, would you still love me? Fuck.
I think I've quoted one of my Instagram posts that before.
That's
like
hard.
I think I was wearing your acid bath shirt and I like posted a selfie and I quoted it like that. I mean, I don't know what else to say about the song that probably hasn't been said before, but it is hands down one of their best fucking songs.
Oh, it's a good one. It's one of their best. Definitely top 5 for me.
Like the pickup in the chorus and everything it's so fucking good. Like this song, I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm incorrect in this assessment, but I feel like that this song does really blend together both genres. I mean, again, sludge metal
I was gonna say that there's the way the song is structured is pretty good. Like you get kind of like the whole ordeal.
Yeah, like you kind of you are now understanding what this band is about. Like when we're going from the Blue and Tranquilized, we got that doom influence. Then we go to Cheap Vodka and we're like, whoa, where are we going with this? Then we go back to Finger Painting for the Insane. It's like, okay, I can still, all right, okay, cool. This is a fucked up song, but let's continue. And then we hit Jezebel, and I feel like now you're beginning to understand what this band is doing. And I overall, I think it's one of their best fucking songs.
But then when you go to track 6, the next song, they pull something else out of their ass that you haven't really heard from them yet.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And that is Scream of the Butterfly, which, yes, it's like probably their most famous fucking song, but it's still one of the best.
Yeah.
It is really fucking good. But yeah.
There's a reason that some of these, like a song is so, there's a reason that one of these songs is so fucking popular with people.
Like, we go from this to that. We, like...
I love that little, like, I don't even say twang in it, but I guess it's, like, a good fucking way of explaining it. Like, that opening fucking riff is just like, okay, what?
Smoking weed to this song puts you in another dimension. I'm not even joking. It puts you in another dimension. I think I think I became a fucking mixer listening to the song. I was like, man, I hear everything. Turn it up more.
See, that's the one thing that I really like about noise. And, like, this is such a side conversation to be having. But when you listen to noise music at first, it's just kind of like...
It's noise.
Okay.
It's noise.
But if you really sit and listen to noise,
you
can
hear things.
Start to dissect all the different layers that go into it. It's so fucking fascinating. Also, like, if you're ever, like, trying to, like, listen to an album, like, if you're going through different albums and you really want to hear an album, like, very clearly, put on, like, a noise song in between. Because noise, honestly, it'll cleanse your brain as to what you just listened to, and then everything else sounds a lot more clearer. It sounds silly, but, like, try it.
Yeah.
Legitimately fucking try it. If you're like, I want to listen to these 2 albums, but they're different genres or whatever. Listen to the one album, put on a noise song, even if it's for, like, a minute, and then put on the next album.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's really cool.
But what do you think of Scream of the Butterfly?
It's good. And again, there's a reason why it's one of their most popular fucking songs.
I
get it.
This is gonna hit like crack when they play it live the first time.
Yeah. People are gonna lose their fucking minds.
They're gonna fucking goddamn.
They're gonna hear that fucking intro riff and they're just gonna lose
They're gonna lose their shit. Watch them be like, fuck, we ain't playing this fucking shit.
Watch them open with it. Watch them fucking open
we
with
ain't
it.
playing it. That's like a lot of people are concerned about, like, and I understand because it's been fucking years. Like, can Dax do these vocals?
We'll see.
Because they're really hard, and he hasn't done them in years, and like his solo stuff isn't that. It's
See, we don't know
acoustic.
that though. We don't know what this man does in the shower.
Yeah, and supposedly I was listening to that interview with Sammy Duet, and the first rehearsal. He said the first rehearsal we had, we went into Bleed Me an Ocean. It was like we were back again, like in 1990. I was like, oh, okay, if you're saying that, oh boy, this is gonna blow people away. I hope it does. Moving on next is, goddamn, I love the song title. Dr. Seuss is dead.
Yeah.
Did you know he's dead?
I didn't. No, this is how I found out.
Dr. Seuss is dead.
No, we had Dr. Seuss Day in school.
It's a banger. It's a ripper. Really doomy at times.
Oh, I remember what my thought was with this song. I had a very specific thought about this song. And I don't know why, but when this song started, I went, man, I miss Buddy Matthews' theme. Like, I don't know why.
I can understand where you're coming from with the, like, there's the fucking march drums.
Yeah,
kinda.
like, I don't know why immediately that was my first thought. I was just like, man, Twitching Tongues and God's Hate are just some pretty good bands, aren't they?
Twitching Tongues is sludge metal.
But yeah, no, like, I saw the acid bath influence in Twitching Tongues from this song, specifically.
Makes sense.
Like, I don't know why, just immediately I was like, Colin Young probably loves this song. This is probably one of his favorite songs.
I never heard him talk about acid bath. Now I kind of want to... I don't know if I missed something. Can you
send questions in on
your
podcast?
I could. I'm gonna figure out how to do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna send Colin Young a message personally
because they do
by carrier pigeon.
They do like Q&As and stuff.
Yeah, next Q&A they do. Just keep an eye out and be like, what are your thoughts on acid bath?
Yeah.
Talk about acid bath.
Yeah, like what are your thoughts on acid?
Be like, how do you feel about Dr. Seuss's Dead by Acid Bath? Because I have a very specific question about it. I had a very specific feeling going into it. No, again, really good fucking song, but I don't know. The entire time I was listening to it, I was just like, I can see where Twitching Tongues gets the influence from. And I don't even know if that's accurate.
Yeah.
That could just be a guess on my part.
Dr. Seuss is dead.
He made some banger books.
Cat in the Hat. Green Eggs and Ham. Mm-hmm. One fish, two fish, real big fish. Anyway.
Horn Here's a Who? Is that Dr. Seuss?
I think so. Dope Fiend, that's me. 'Cause I smoke dope.
And you love the Misfits.
Dope Fiend. I want your school.
Why don't I remember this song?
There is like a certain point where I forget a song too.
Yeah, why don't I remember this?
I always remember this one. I like Dope Fiend.
I mean, I like that it's picky-uppy and faster. I genuinely I do not remember this.
You don't remember? It kind of just blends in for you.
I feel like we're getting to the point in the album where I'm blending in literally until the fucking end.
It does happen to me at one point, and we will get to that in a little bit. But yeah.
So you might have to play some snippets for me, because honestly, when I listen to this album, it gets to a point where it does just turn into background vibe.
Gotcha.
So it's kind of tough for me to like really...
Oh, I forgot to mention, there is a live bootleg DVD from 2002 where vocalist Dax Riggs introduces the song Tranquilize by saying, "This song's about getting high any way you do it and kicking the earth from beneath you." And Cheap Vodka by saying, "This song's about getting wasted and killing things, blood, sex, and blasphemy."
That's so valid of him.
And then the next song... Tubaibo Kumi. I can never... We'll get to it in a second. It is Cajun French for Land of the White Cannibals.
Does Kumi mean cannibal?
I guess so. It was the only acid bath song that was made into a music video. According to guitarist Sammy Duet, the alligator which appeared in the video ended up biting someone's face.
There's Cajun French?
Yeah, Cajun French right here. Louisiana
French.
Yeah, Louisiana French.
There's Louisiana French. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, you ever see like the X in names instead of like, I don't know. I never went to Louisiana, so I don't want to like be wrong about it.
It's not that important right now.
It's not. I never went to Louisiana. I've never been to Louisiana. But yeah.
That's crazy.
But yeah, Tabubu Kumi.
Oh.
He's just ripping. They're ripping, bro.
Okay, yeah.
And if I read the lyrics, we'll get canceled.
Yeah, no, I don't know why. Maybe I'm just wrong. I mean, in his vocal style overall, I do hear a lot of black metal influence when we're doing our like unclean vocals.
Yeah.
I hear a lot of like a black metal influence in that. But for some reason, I feel like this song in particular, and maybe it's just the way that it's written, I don't know. But I feel like I hear that a little bit more.
I think it might be the... There's like a borderline blast beat almost.
Yeah. And I don't know why, but
it's not.
Me, that
it's
just,
not though.
It's not. No.
But it's like borderline. Like if I turn the speed up on this, it probably sounds like a black metal song. If I
feel like any black metal band can cover that song, and it would just sound like a black metal song.
That'd be crazy.
You know what I mean?
Mayhem, do your thing.
Like I feel like it would not be that hard to turn that song into a black metal song.
I want to hear Varg do this.
No, I don't even know what that man's doing anymore.
Making video games, I think.
Huh?
Video games, Dungeons and Dragons, or whatever the fuck.
He's such a weird motherfucker.
I don't know what he's doing.
I think he lives in the forest now.
Well, yeah, he kind of belongs there at this point. Anyway.
But there's this really great forest you should visit in Japan.
Oh, God, no.
Don't ever come back out of it either.
Oh, my God. Anyway, moving on to God Machine.
Yeah, this is the part of the album that blends together for me.
This is where it starts blending in, and I forget that there's a couple of songs.
Yeah, because these all do very much have the same vibe to them. But again, I guess that's not necessarily a bad thing.
And I'm not gonna say, like, I know, like, on previous episodes I said, like, this is a song I would cut from the album. The thing is, this album is so good that I don't think I can cut any and be like, eh.
Here's the thing, right? This album, or this part, like, I get it. Because this is your first studio album. You're trying to show people what this band is. So I kind of give a little bit of a leniency to a first album with repetitive back-to-back songs. As I literally just like rip the two first opening songs to shreds. But I'll give like a bit of a leniency. Is like you are trying to captivate a new audience and show them what you are and why they should listen to you and why they would like you and what this band's about. So I get it.
The problem with it though too is the length of some of these songs.
Yes, like, it goes on for a little too long for me.
The Blue 6:13, Tranquilize 4:14, Cheap Vodka 2:14, Finger Paintings of the Insane 6:04, Jezebel 4:53, Scream of the Butterfly.
Jezebel should have been a 6-minute long song. I'm sorry.
Scream of the Butterfly 6:14, Dr. Seuss is Dead 6:04, Dope Fiend 5:19, The White Cannibals 5:01, God Machine 5 minutes. The Mortician's Flame, 4:05. What Color is Death, 3:19. The Bones of Baby Dolls, 6 minutes. Casey Eats Cockroaches, 4:22.
Casey Eats Cockroaches should have been way fucking longer.
Anyway.
Just saying.
The Mortician's Flame. God Machine is a pretty alright song. I love the bass.
Yeah. I love a bass.
It's different
yes.
from what it is, but there is still some samey to it. But I like the little switch up here.
You still have that pickup, but it slows down a tiny bit, and that bass line in it really does separate it. So
there is a driving bass to this, yeah.
To me, when listening to this album, the previous 3 songs just kind of blend. But then this bass line hits, and I'm like, whoa!
Yeah, like
something is different.
It does make you look.
Yeah, and you're like, hold on. Where are we in this fucking album right now? Because, like, I don't know how long this has gone on for, but something changed. We're somewhere else now. And again, it still kind of has that same vibe to it. But that bass line saves it for me.
Yeah. I like the bass line. It's different. It's still.
Yeah, no, I was also just checking my battery.
Moving on to What Color is Death? And it's a driving one. It's a groovy one. This is a Pantera song. It literally sounds like a fucking Pantera song.
I don't know if it's just because we've been watching it recently, but I'm like, is that a Death Clock song?
Bro, for real though, the fucking...
Yeah, is this a Death Clock song?
That
Brandon
too.
Small was Brandon Small in Acid Bath?
Yeah.
And then he came up with the idea for Metalocalypse.
Yeah.
But Honestly, he probably could have had an influence from Acid Bath if we really think about it. Because if you, I mean, we were watching it last night. We've been watching Metalocalypse for the past couple days, and like, there's the one episode where their family comes in and they go to Burzum's and Gorgoroth's.
Yeah.
And it's just so funny to have those like inserted in there. Like, next thing I know, we're gonna be watching it tonight or something, and there's gonna be a laundromat called like Acid Baths or something, or I don't know, but like, I won't put it past him.
I do like the fucking little things and.
Oh yeah, no, well, this is still
Metalocalypse.
kind of in the same. Oh, I thought we were talking about the song.
Metalocalypse.
But well, this is still kind of in the same vein of like
Great
the
TV
vibe
show.
we've been going with. That little like funky, like trippy guitar vibe that we got going on there is really fun.
I mean, when you had the name Acid in your fucking band name,
You need to have it a little bit in there.
Yeah.
So. Well, but here's the thing. I don't think we're talking about drugs. I think we're talking about legitimate acid. Like a tub of acid that you're like burning a body in. Not burning, but like, you know how you can get like an acidic burn?
low key, they got this band name by like fucking Dax Riggs doing a fucking acid trip and taking a bath.
Might have, honestly.
Anyway, I like What Color Is Death. It's a really good song. Moving on to The Bones of Baby Dolls. So this starts like this, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, where are we at? Because I always forget that this song exists.
Yeah.
This goes on for like 2 minutes.
Longer than 2 minutes.
That's literally the whole song. It's just this. It slows down. It's literally I think it's a bridge gapper. Mm-hmm. It's a bridge gapper. I guess if I had to say like one song maybe to take off this fucking album, maybe that. It would have been a very acid bath thing if they had 13 songs on this album.
Yeah.
Because like, I'm not gonna lie, I would do that if I was in a band. 13 tracks, fuck it.
I think I kind of fall into how you feel about certain tracks with that track, or this track, because I'm just like, I know what's coming next.
Yeah. And that's the closing track, which
the best song off the fucking album.
I was gonna say it probably is the best song off the album, and that is Casey Eats Cockroaches. Or Cassie, sorry. I want to get like the
chorus.
Yeah. Oh, almost there. Wait, back it up. There we go. You get everything perfect in this of clean vocals and screaming vocals.
And it's a great pace between, like, again, similarly with Jezebel, is it has that slower doomy parts to it, but it picks it up and it like really smacks you in the fucking face with it. This song should have been longer, just like Jezebel. Those are the two fucking best songs off the album that I feel like really encapsulate this band and what this band is as an entirety. And I feel like if we were going to have 6 minute long songs, they should have been 2 6 minute long songs. Because I could listen to those songs for 6 minutes each.
So what you're saying is your two favorite songs off this album is Jezebel and Cassie Eats Cockroaches, and that's what I'm putting on the playlist?
Well, yeah.
As your two picks?
Oh yeah, hands down. Like, I feel like they really, like, Cheap Vodka's there too. If I had to pick another one, it would be Cheap Vodka. But overall, I just feel like these two songs are a slam fucking dunk. And I feel like that's a very generic take on this album from anyone who's listened to this album. I guarantee you 90% of people will say the same thing. But again, like I said earlier, there's a fucking reason that these two, that there, some of these songs are as popular as these songs are. And it's because they fucking smack.
I'm picking Tranquilize and Screaming Butterfly.
Okay, that's fair.
That's what I'm picking. It would be Cassie Eats Cockroaches over Tranquilize, but someone already picked it. That's fine.
Someone already picked it?
Someone already picked it. What's your least favorite song off this album?
I'd honestly probably.
Mine's the Bones of Baby Dolls.
I would probably say the Bones of Baby Dolls.
Mine's
Just, it's not like it's fine.
It's like the
I
forgetful
get it.
one.
But again, I know it's coming afterwards.
Yeah.
I don't want to listen to this right now.
So Tranquilized, Jezebel, Scream of the Butterfly.
And I would also say Dr. Seuss is Dead is another good one to throw in there.
Yeah.
Of one of those songs that I really do also feel like encapsulate them well.
And
but I
Cassie's
feel like
Cockroach.
if someone was to ask me, who is Acid Bath and what song, not album, what song should I listen to? These would be the first two I tell them to listen to and say, if you don't like either of these songs, you're probably not going to like this band.
That's fair.
I feel like this gives you everything you need to know. If you like it, you're going to like the band. If you don't like it, you're not going to like them. If you're indifferent, listen to the album, because you might find something in there that you like that's a little bit more your speed. Because even though it does feel repetitive, it does have a lot of different variation to it at the same time. It's just repetitiveness is back to back. It's not like the beginning of the album is very back and forth, where we got two slower doomy songs, a fast-paced song, a little bit more doomy, then back to fast-paced. And as the album goes on, the songs kind of just feel repetitive.
You gotta be a fan of the sludge metal genre.
Yeah, pretty much. But like, if you're ever indifferent, take a listen to the entire album. Obviously, if you end up liking the songs, listen to the whole fucking album too. But if you're unsure, then just put this album on. You'll know what the band's about, and if you don't like the album overall, you're not gonna like their other album.
Yeah.
You're not gonna like half of their discography, if not the whole discography.
I just realized today was Thursday. Sorry that this episode's late.
Yeah, we should have said it at the beginning of this, but
my days have been blending in.
We've been having some stuff going on, and it's a little bit late, but what it is. It'll be it's Friday when you're listening to this, because I'm gonna be uploading it on Friday. So
yeah.
Tomorrow.
What is your rating of this album? Out of 10.
I give it an 8.5. Because again, first studio album, introduction to this band, they give you everything that they have. They really do. They give you every single vibe and genre that they're basing their band off of, all in one long-winded package, but a package nonetheless. And it's solid, it's good, and I'll agree, like, the only skippable song is we're bridging into one of the best songs off the album that is going to end this album. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even that, like, again...
It's not a dog shit song,
no,
though.
It's fine. Like, it's just, again, I know what's coming next, and I want the final song.
Like, I know they only put out 2 albums, but, like, that could have been, like, a song that they saved for later or some shit.
If you're listening to this album for the first time and you don't know, like, how the album ends... You can get through the song and go, all right, okay, cool. This is a little... Because it's different, too. It doesn't sound like anything else off the album.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like, oh, God, what are we going into now? Like, where are we? You know what I mean? It takes you on a trip. It takes you on a ride. It's a fun album. It's fun to listen to just either as background noise or just to completely, like get down and fucking dirty with something. You know what I mean? Like, it's good. My only gripe is, again, it's a very long album. And... like today, there's just certain days where it's like, I can't do this. Like, I can't sit through this right now. Like, I need something that is going to consistently be a higher energy or something that's going to be consistently different genre. And I just cannot sit, and it's just going to exhaust me listening to this. And that's just kind of how I feel about, like, doom metal in general is doom metal, I really gotta be here for it, or else listening to it just feels so draining to me. So that's just kind of a personal thing. But again, yeah, it's just, there's a lot of repetitiveness, which again, I give the leniency to, because you need it to show people what you have. And it is just a little long for me. You know, if this album was like 50 minutes, like if this album was like 20 minutes shorter, then maybe I wouldn't be like too upset about it. But it's a lot to take in one sitting.
Yeah. I'm giving it 8.5. Pretty much same thing of like, it's long. I'm used to long albums though with certain things, but like kind of just have to be in the right headspace for it. Like, this album is meant to be, you throw it on and you get super fucking stoned. Like, you get fucking cooked.
Oh, she looks like a stuffed animal.
Aw. Like, that's the whole point of this album, as I sound cooked, because I think I have fried every last brain cell away listening to this album the past week of, like, preparing for it. I still love this album. It is, like, if you're getting into Acid Bath, this album is not their best album. Like I said, that's just my opinion, though. I understand why people like this album a lot, but this is, like, the place to start, not only because it's their best album, but you'll understand it more if you start here than you would in the second album. So with that being said, again, 8.5. Me and Lyssie both giving it 8.5. With that being said, this was my pick. Lyssie, what the fuck are we going to be listening to now?
Well, Dylan, I have been saying for the past couple weeks.
Oh, no.
Months, even, if we want to say, as we've been doing this podcast, that every time it's my pick, I was going to pick another album.
Oh, no.
But then I decided to change it.
Oh, no.
And I was going to pick something that is pretty, like, I guess kind of out there. Not really out there,
Am I
if you
gonna
know
hate
me.
this?
I don't think you're necessarily going to hate it.
Oh, no.
But it's definitely on a way different vibe than what we were just on. And it's kind of expected from me, if you know me. But I've always picked something else because I'm like, no, we're going to do this. No, I want to do this. Oh my God, Rise Against came on. Now I want to do Rise Against, right? And God fucking damn it. No, we're not doing that anymore, Dylan. I am sticking to my guns. I am picking this album. You are going to listen to it because this album deserves to get all of its flowers. And if we're talking about this artist, we're going to specifically say it deserves to get its fucking roses. Even though the song is not on this album.
Are we listening to Guns N' Roses?
No, we are listening to Bronco by Orville Peck.
Oh boy. Wait, which songs are on that album? Hold on.
Bronco Run Wild.
Oh, okay, at least,
baby, I'm on fire.
At least that's on there.
Any Turns on there.
Okay, at least, like, there's... Okay.
So, I'm not going to talk too much about it right now because I have to save that for next week, so you're going to get my full thoughts next week. But I will immediately say right now...
Oh, Daytona Sands on here. Okay.
Yeah, this is my favorite Orville Peck album.
Okay.
Hands down is my favorite Orville Peck album, and we'll get more into detail about that later. But out of any Orville Peck album that's out there, this is, I think, the one you're going to fucking love. I think... anyone who likes country music in the slightest, you need to listen to this fucking album. And I'll tell you why on the next episode. But we are going to be listening to Bronco by Orville Peck.
Well, all right.
Yep.
Take us out of here, Lyssie.
Thank you guys so much for listening, watching, however you want to call it. If you like this video, make sure to like, share, subscribe, send it to your friends, send it to your families, send it to Colin Young to find out if he actually fucking... He probably does like Acid Bath, but I want to know what he thinks about it. So send it on over to Colin Young. If you want to find me on any of my social medias, you could find me on Instagram and Twitter at the same handle, which is Lungtar, LUNG_TAR, Blue Sky at Lungtar, LUNG, either a underscore or a hyphen. I will eventually look at my fucking username again, but LUNG, either an underscore or a hyphen, TAR, and you can find me on TikTok at LungBucks, LUNG_BUCKS. A lot of it's just about wrestling and not really about music, but if you want to follow me for any reason and see my Legos that I build, go ahead and give me a follow. Dylan, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at DylWeaves, DYL_WEAVES_line. Same thing with Twitter. No underscore lines, though. It's just all fucking one word. So yeah, type that bitch in, and Dr. Seuss is dead.
And Broncos are running wild. And they're going to run wild in 2 weeks.
Running wild.
When the next episode comes out, hopefully on time. And with that, we must bid you adieu, even though this isn't the wrestling podcast. Goodbye, good night. Thank you guys so much for listening, so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Tell them goodbye, Dylan.
Jezebel! Dun, 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 dun.